Welcome to our channel where we talk about healthy plant-based eating for busy people. And today it has been a busy day and I just got home, and you can probably tell from looking outside, the sun's going down, but we have a pretty yucky, gray, snowy, windy day going on out there. And it's early spring, and I'm thinking ahead to tomorrow and realizing that we're going to want to probably have our favorite morning breakfast that we've already actually talked about here on the channel, which is our steel cut oats with freeze-dried fruit. And I'm anticipating that's going to be really welcome in the morning. My husband leaves early for work and I start the day early, and I'm going to want something done and ready to go in the morning, which is just really the best way to do anything, right? And so this is going to be hearty and warming and wholesome, and that's why I'm choosing to do it right now. The meals that we did were made ahead of time, and I'll show you how we did that in a little bit. But we'll go ahead and get started and show you just how quick and easy this is when you have them put together already in the jar. So let's get started. Okay, this is the one that I'm choosing to make. This is our berries and cream one. That's what we call it. It has the freeze-dried strawberries and blueberries in it, along with the other ingredients. And again, I'll show you how we put those together in just a moment. And then we have our peaches cream and our apple cinnamon. But we'll go ahead, and it really is as simple as grabbing this off the shelf and throwing it into the pan with water. And you might wonder, gosh, with just 4 or 5 ingredients, why even bother? I wondered the same thing, but when I did put some together and realized what a convenience it is to be able to grab it and throw and go, I didn't have any doubt any longer. If I had come home just now and didn't have these put together, I probably wouldn't get around to putting it together. I know that sounds pathetic, but that's how it is for me. So again, I love having things ready made. Okay, so now this one, you'll see in a minute, a little embarrassing, but I had to really cram these berries in when I put it together. And so you'll see that when you see that footage that was done at an earlier time. And so I have a spoon here to dig it out. Typically, you probably won't need the spoon, but I really had to cram these berries in because I overfilled just a little. Like you can see, it's going in there fine now. And I've got smells good with that cinnamon dust. So there everything is. I'm going to add 8 cups of water. Woo! Oh my gosh, will I ever make a video where I don't make a mess? That was 4 cups. I'll add another 8. I'll stir it, and I'll come back. Okay, there's our 8 cups of water and all the good stuff in there. I'll bring it to a boil, cook it for 20 minutes, and then I'll be back. Okay, while that's cooking, let's look at how we put these together. I wanted to show you, let's start with the peach one, the peaches and cream. I wanted to show you how easy this is. You don't even actually have to measure. Typically we'd use 2 cups of the fruit and then we'd smash it up. But I've discovered that a sandwich bag holds just about exactly 2 cups of the sliced fruits, like the peaches or the apples. And so I just do what you're seeing here, fill the bag up with the slices, and then I'll go ahead and smash them with the rolling pin. Even if we measured the fruit, we'd be putting it in the bag anyway. So it's a fun little discovery, just one less step that you have to do. And we just welcome that always, because we're trying to stay out of the kitchen as much as possible and make things quick and easy. So then we'll just mostly just kind of hit it with the rolling pin, get it chunked up into bite-sized chunks. Powder is great. It all just blends in to add to the flavor. You're really going to love the peaches and cream. It is so good. Reminiscent of kind of a peach cobbler when you cook it up. And then this is how we layer it together in the jar. So we're looking at the ingredients here. Here's the peaches that we've already crushed. And then we have the steel cut oats. Any brand is fine. Steel cut oats are so good for you because they are good for gut health. And then we have our sugar and cinnamon. So we have the jar here, and we'll start with the sugar and cinnamon. We'll put that in the bottom. It's just a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and it doesn't matter what it looks like there in the bottom because we're just going to cover it up with the oats. And we'll throw the cinnamon in, 1 tablespoon, and then pour in 2 cups of the steel cut oats, and that'll just fill up half of the jar. And then shake it down a little bit to get things even, and then add your peaches. And again, no problem with the powder. It just adds to the whole effect and taste of everything. So you don't have to do anything perfect. Tamp it down, shake it down, and we are done. We'll put on a lid. And we don't add oxygen absorbers or anything like that. We tend to go through our meals in a jar fairly quickly, so it'll be good on the shelf for a good long while. And then the berry meal in a jar is very much the same, but we don't need to take the time to crush the berries. So again, we'll do the tablespoon of cinnamon, the 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Gotta get that out there. It always seems to work more smoothly until you're filming. And then once again, we will add the steel cut oats on top of the sugar and spice. Just a note, when we make the apples cinnamon one, we do use 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. We like a lot of cinnamon with the apples. And then we're going to go ahead and just scoop out a cup of each of these berries. So we're going to do a cup of blueberries and a cup of strawberries. And as I said before, we don't need to crush those up. They'll just fit in fine. And the berries, they just really flavor the oats so delicious while it's cooking. So I've tried it both ways, putting them in after it's cooked and putting it in while it's cooking, and we prefer this. We like this better. Now you can see there's a little bit of a tight fit here. And so what I'm going to do is grab a spoon and kind of tamp that down. And it doesn't matter if it breaks up more, if we have more powder. This is not too common of a problem. And then, of course, we'll put the lid on that. And there is our jar. And once again, lastly, with the apple cinnamon, same thing, only we will have 2 tablespoons of cinnamon and the other ingredients. We are back and this is done cooking. I turned it off after 20 minutes and I have let it sit for about 10 minutes so that it can thicken up a little, and I'll show you what that looks like. So the blueberries definitely liven up the color of this version of our favorite oats. And the strawberries all but disappear, but not their flavor. Ooh, even now as I'm smelling it, I'm feeling like having some for dessert right now. Anyway, as we've seen before in other videos, we'll be portioning this out into these little containers to store in the fridge. Let me just show you what that looks like. So much goodness there. The steel cut oats, the blueberries, strawberries, a very small amount of sugar, comparatively speaking, and then a tablespoon of cinnamon for the whole batch. And that is what it looks like. And oh, will that taste good in the morning, warmed up with a little plant milk. We're going to be glad we've got that. Have a great evening, everybody.